Welcome back to the channel. Been too long. Here's the car. Put her name on her finally. She does start and idle. Got a hang and idle issue we're going to fix with the tune. I believe it's in the throttle cracker. We'll be testing that out later today. It's a little hot right now. I don't want to run it. I like doing it in the evening when it's cooler. It's in the garage. I can open the door, but it's not moving anywhere, you know. And it gets hot with all these aluminum parts. Probably going to go ahead and open the vents in the hood one day just so we can breathe better when we're driving. My stupid double catch cans, everybody's going to give me crap on, I don't care. I don't even have turbos, but maybe one day we'll have some power adders. Right now it's still NA. Stage 2 8707 cam. 102mm intake. It's hard to see. Reflections. I like shiny. I like how you can see the injectors and the valve covers. I like all that. I gotta grind this off so don't rub the hose. Grind this on off down there still. And I'm gonna wrap this hose with a second hose here and this little one. In case you're worried about what I've got going on. Got the wrong battery in there. It'll sit better when I get the right one. Everything's working. eBay parts are all doing their job. I had to do a little trimming in these to get them to fit on. But whatever. For the price. It is what it is. This works. If it's right, I don't know. It's running real rich, so maybe that's reading wrong. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I'll just tune around it. Just make sure my parameters stay the same. Here we are. Here's where the fuel lines hook up to the stock fuel line. This is just the vent. I kept it running. It's running up front and just up under the hood. If I had the evap, I could have hooked it up. But I pre-thought it I might have. Just to keep it all actual past inspection wise. As far as emissions, we don't have emissions here. You can ignore my welds. I'm not the best welder. But I did all this with one of them kits you buy. I got 4 elbows, 4 straight pieces, 4 U's. These are the U's here. I cut them in half, both sides, to do that around the transmission so I can get the transmission out whenever I want without removing the exhaust. I don't know how well you can see all this. I'm trying not to move too fast. Still got to get a cover for under the transmission. I don't have that. Torque converter cover. That's going to be a junkyard visit. It's probably $5 there and $50 on the internet. You know, I really don't know. I ain't looked what it costs, so don't quote me on what it costs on the internet or the junkyard. I'm no welder. It was easier to buy these collars than try and get them pipes expanded. So I had to buy 4 collars besides the parts that came in that kit, and I bought 2 mufflers. I don't know how well you can see it, but I did get it. I wish I had my creeper over here. It's on the other side of the car. You've probably seen it in the video there a second ago. But it goes over the rear end, dual exhaust, 2.5 inch. These are the other U's. Once again, cut in half. They go up that way, and then I flip them over and put the other half in it. You can see where it goes straight up there, and then to the other 90. Well, and I had to change it up there and cut a little and change. I had to change a little, and the one had to go around the other. You know, they couldn't be exactly the same. You can see the mufflers, everything's tight. Might be too close to the gas tank. That's where the stock muffler sits, though. My tips came out a little crooked because, you know, I couldn't hold them up and weld them. It came out good enough for me. I'm happy with it. It's fine. It could be better. That's the last 90 making the tip. I don't know how well you can see everything here, but made them both go out the same side. It's not what I wanted, but it's how they fit. Smaller mufflers would have fit like I wanted, one on each side, but these mufflers didn't fit that way. I don't know if you can really call them mufflers. They're just straight through FX, Magnaflow FXs. They don't sound too bad. They're not too loud when it's idling, but it's like not having exhaust when you're pushing the gas. It's pretty loud. Gets tight clearance everywhere. That's where it's leaking.
Got the stupid tail shaft. I had to take it in and out a couple times. Might just have to get a new seal right there. No biggie. No big deal, not even hard to change. 4 bolts, drop the drive shaft. I haven't even set the pinion angle yet. It's real close right there. I don't like how that all set. This is a Speedway Motors crap torque arm. After some of the horror stories I've seen, I want to weld this better before it hits the car. It's not made to hold it, it just had a plate here, you know, stock torque arm mounted on the transmission, so they make it mount here, and it just rips this off. If you have too much power, it'll just rip this off the car. So people then gotta grind around this, clean it up, and weld it to the car a lot tighter. I might even pound this down where it touches here and weld it as good as I can, just get it welded on all the way around. So I'd have to actually rip the whole floor out of the car, which don't put it against it, but it makes me feel better. I might even just put a plate over it for strength, over that whole box, and box it in, just fill it in with a flat plate on both, you know. I haven't got to that yet. I don't have enough power, I don't think, to worry about that. I'm not going to go out there racing it. I'm not worried too much about it. I might take a corner hard or something. I'm not going to go out there and drag race it. I might do a burnout, and that might be what break it, but I doubt it. My rear end's pretty crap. Well, usually you can feel the play with the transmissions in park. So. Anyway, there we are. I don't know if you guys ever seen where I fixed the floors with a light. My middle finger because of messed up other fingers. I missed a spot there, but don't worry. The stock floor is still there. And then I didn't get the rubber grommet in here. I gotta cut that back out a little bit. None of this matters to me. All I cared about was fixing these giant holes in the floor, which were just little cracks until I started grinding them up. What's worse than it is, this has got bed liner and seam sealer over the welds, and then bed liner over all that, and then painted over that, so it might look rough and crap, but it's pretty thick. See, that seam sealer gets hard. Some more spots I could have fixed. I found another rust hole over the back of the wheel well, but we do plan on mini tubbing it one day, so we're not too worried about that. We'll fix that one when that time comes. Kind of not to make your video too long. I just sat there and looked under the car too long. I get lost under this car, you know. Spend a lot of time laying under it. The vent's sitting over there on the shelf. Don't mind that not being there. Need to put a few more screws in this. There's my panel. On. Hear the fuel pump kick on. I'll start it just for a second for you. A little better change. Don't sound horrible though. That noise you hear is the intake sucking air. It goes away as soon as you touch the gas just a tiny bit. It's having trouble sucking that much air through that tiny IAC, and it's making that noise. It's just magnifying it through that intake. That's what it sounds so loud for. It's whoa! It's just that air sucking through the IAC. Anyway, cheap eBay seats. Passenger one's kind of crap. Driver one's a little tighter. The passenger one wobbles. I'm gonna have to take the cover off it and fix it probably. But nobody ever rides in my cars anyway, so I doubt it matters. It's just there for looks. $300. I think it was $300 for both seats. They came with the rails, but they didn't work. I just screwed bolt holes through the bottom of the seats and made my own. And bolted the, you know, because they have coarse bolts on the bottom, so I just used those. Bolted it to the stock rails, so everything works. See, got power seats still. The only thing that don't work is the windows still. I think I ain't even tried them, you know, honestly. I keep forgetting to try them. They didn't work for a long time. Oh, they do work. What do you know? I did fix them. Huh. Alright then. Wasn't sure. You know, typical Camaro. The driver doesn't want to go up. You gotta help it up. Probably needs new ones. It does work though. And of course the buttons sorry about that. The buttons are broke. I try not to cuss on these videos. I don't do any editing, so My videos are straight through. I don't have any stops and starts. I don't do any editing. Don't do any writing. I don't do any planning. I'm not trying to make videos for people. If you like them, that's awesome. If not, that's awesome too, you know. Let me know if you want to know something. I did everything myself. I did the harness. Having trouble with the fans. I've seen it on somewhere. I read a forum why it's doing it. No, fan 2 is purging. I don't know why. I think I figured it out, but I haven't plugged in the new tune yet to see if it stops. But it does it when I just turn the fan on. It just does it. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. I can run both to fan 1. It'll put it on high on fan 1. I don't need fan 2. Who cares? You know what I mean? Problem solved. I don't have to worry about it. But I'd rather figure out fan 2 and fan 1. Just because, for tuning purposes, I need to know that stuff anyway. I just haven't dealt with that problem yet. You know, from what you guys have seen, all the brakes are on. You're just seeing where the transmission's leaking a tiny bit, but not enough. It'll only leak when you shut it off, because that's above the full level. So when you shut it off and the fluid runs down, it'll leak there. I got to get it fixed, but I don't have to do it today. But there's my video. I heard the car, she started. Of course, she's got a check engine light again. It might be that injector again. I don't remember if I reset them. Max airflow and the map come on. Whenever you throw a cam in one of these, you got to retune it, and then that stuff will go away. But right now, it's not doing what it thinks it's supposed to be doing. I have 2 map sensors. They read 28.9, or one reads 28.6, one reads 28.7, or whatever it is. Which is exactly what the whatever it is anyway. It reads the same as that. Barometric pressure, which just changes. It updates itself, but it reads the same as my watch, so I know it's right. Both of them. Base wise, I know they're reading barometric pressure right. I might have a vacuum leak. We'll find that if I can't. If I do the first steps of tuning, and it's still messing up. I can't rev it up still. I mean, I can, just have to rev it up slow because, you know, it's not right. Once it gets past a certain spot, it's fine. A wide open throttle, it's running a lot better than down low with this cam. I've tuned 2 different stage 2 cams. This one's a little lumpier than the other. The Envoy's was a lot smoother. It was more like, they called it a stage 2, but it was a stage 2 stock Chevy stage 2 spec, which I think is like, I don't even know, you know, I can't even tell you. I just wasn't that big of a cam. This one's called a stage 2 as well. Adds more duration, more lift. I'm gonna finish the video right after I show you the cam card, just so you can see it. But if you care, you can look it up. I think I have the cam card. Maybe I'm not gonna show you the cam